Good morning. I want that my first words are the words of gratitude that you deserve. Gratitude for your engagement, your commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals. You've been there for such a long time. We adopted the Sustainable Development Goals 10 years ago, and you have been working all along this time so to deploy its effectiveness. 10 years ago, everything changed. With the 2030 Agenda for Sustainability Development, the Paris Agreement, the Laudato Si, the goal shows a bold path towards justice, sustainability and inclusiveness. It is not easy. It is a heavy task. But these landmark agreements were born in a context of deep global challenges: rising inequality, the aftershocks of the global financial crisis, and a growing alarm over the climate emergency and the loss of biodiversity and their impacts on the human dignity. And yet, through diplomacy, science, and moral conviction, we reached unprecedented consensus. The vision grows clear, our ambition historic. We believed then, and I still believe, that it is the better possible towards the future. That if we act together, a bright future of prosperity and justice is possible. Now in 2025, we are at the critical juncture that we are already experiencing. We have only 5 years left to deliver in a successful, sustainable development goals scenario. And let's be clear, we are not on track. Progress is uneven. We've done a lot, but in some areas, we are even moving backwards. We are falling behind most of on poverty reduction, quality education, gender equality, climate action, and biodiversity preservation. This does not mean that nothing has happened. This does not mean that action has not been there. Of course it has. But it is still far away in terms of reaching the goals. The aftermath of the COVID-19 crisis, persistent conflicts, and inflation have made the path a little bit steeper. And while there has been progress on renewable energy, some emissions reductions, we still need to do much more to ensure the 1.5-degree pathway that we agreed in Paris. At the same time, the global context has shifted dramatically. Geopolitical tensions have escalated. The multilateral system has been challenged by some, and voices undermining cooperation, science, research, human dignity have grown louder. We want to live in peace. We want the respect of the UN Charter, of the UN work. We've seen leaders questioning the very foundations of international agreements, but we need to stand up and to defend them. Precisely because the world is more fragmented, we must not lose faith in our collective action. We must hold firm to the values of 2015, solidarity, science, long-term vision, changing the patterns of production and consumption so to ensure long-lasting prosperity. Europe remains committed to both the 2030 Agenda and the Paris Agreement. On the Sustainable Development Goals, we are mainstreaming implementation into our internal governance through instruments like the European Semester and supporting sustainable development globally through our external partnerships. As we approach 2030, we must also begin a serious global dialogue on what comes next and how to increase ambition and cooperation across all countries. On climate, we are implementing the European Green Deal and the Clean Industrial Deal, because counting on targets is good, but we need to make them possible. We need to combine the different pieces, the different tools, to ensure reasonable pathways that provide opportunities, and not just to wait till the very last moment to tackle the harm that we could be suffering. Now we need to work on our 2040 target and to prepare an ambitious 2039 national determined contribution. We are scaling up support for climate finance on the road towards the COP30 in Brazil. We have the responsibility to deepen our commitment and to make sure that Europe remains a strong, credible, reliable and values-driven actor on the world stage. What we need now is to revive the spirit of 2015, that moment of unity, that moment of hope, of shared responsibility. The UN Pact for the Future offers a chance to reconnect with that vision, to reassert that we can solve global challenges if we work together. But governments cannot do this alone. Civil society is essential. You are the voice of accountability and the link to local communities, starting by the research, the education, the knowledge community. You push us to do better when we need to push now more than ever. Let us not treat 2015 as a high point we cannot reach again. Let it be the foundation for renewed leadership and action. The moment of truth has arrived, and together we have to meet it with courage and unity. So, thank you, and please do not forget to stand up and to say it loud and clear. We need more, we want more.